I'm not doing this for X, Y, or Z political party. Heck no. I'm doing this for my brothers and my sisters, for my children and my grandchildren. That's who I am doing this for. If I look into their eyes, I want them to know that this granny did everything that she could to make a better South Africa for them to live in and thrive in.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Joe Emilio Show. I'm your host, Joe Emilio. Thanks for tuning in. For those of you who don't know, there is a march happening on the 11th of February against load shedding. It's happening in Cape Town. The organizer of this march reached out to me and asked very politely if she could be on the show. So I like talking to these individuals and getting to know them, as well as understanding what their movement is all about. I was in two minds about going to the march, but after having a conversation with her, I've decided I am going to be there. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Diana, the organizer of the march. Okay, well, Diana, thank you so much for joining me on the show. As I said to you, just want to get to know you and what the movement is all about. So I'm going to ask you right from the get-go, this movement, tell us the name and why it was started.
Okay, the movement's name is Rise and Shine South Africa. And Joe, quite frankly, you know what? We are in dark moments in our country, literally and figuratively. And I feel that people are looking for some hope. We're not finding it from the leaders. So at the end of the day, we've got to rise up and shine for ourselves in this very dark country. And people are gatvol. You know, we can't contend with load shedding anymore. Our economy cannot afford it. So it all started with a Facebook post that I read, and everybody was complaining on that page about, but why isn't anybody doing anything? So I posed the question and I said, okay, would you be that person that you are now referring to? And then the conversation just goes quiet and nobody steps up. So I decided, okay, I'll open a WhatsApp group and I'll post that group to that Facebook page. And it just kind of exploded. So they really just needed somebody to step up.
Okay, cool. So that's pretty organic way of starting things, and in today's world, that's a great way to start a movement. But now you have a march coming up, I believe, on the 11th of March. No, sorry, 11th of Feb. You have a march coming up on the 11th of Feb. Tell us more about that, timing, and what is the purpose of this march?
Okay, this march is to show the government that they have a responsibility to answer to their citizens. Something that they have neglected for many, many years. They don't hold, or nobody holds them accountable, quite frankly. And I think that it is time that our citizens now tell government that they work for us, not the other way around. Mm-hmm. So this march is about the load shedding. It's about the NERSA increases. Our country cannot, we are a cash-strapped nation. As far as what the citizens are concerned, we have been robbed blind by our government. We cannot afford it anymore. There's nothing more to give. And then obviously government in itself, they sticky fingers into every single tender, every single contract out there, and cadre deployment in our national grid. What's that all about? So yeah, those are our demands. That's what we take into Parliament, and that's what people are rising up against. And I think that is something that is a common denominator for everybody. Everybody can resonate with that, and everybody feels so hurtful. And it's not like we're divided on those issues. Those are issues that brings us together as a nation.
No, it sounds like a really good reason to march, no doubt. I think what I've noticed on your group is, you say things like this is not political, or we don't want things to get political, even though you've invited political parties to the march. And I understand that, if I'm not mistaken, everybody must wear black, no matter what creed or group or whatever you come from, what party you come from, you must wear black, which I understand the symbolism behind that. But there's a common issue with individuals such as yourself who start these kind of movements. I mean, there was a movement during lockdown, the end of the lockdown marches that were happening, which I attended quite frequently. And the one common mistake that everybody used to make is they used to say, this is not political. And I felt that that was a very big mistake to make, because you need to be political to fight a political war, because that's essentially what you're in. If you're going to go against the ANC, they're a political party. They're not an activist or anything like that, or some big corporate organization. They're government. So in a way, you do have to concede with or being a little bit political. Now, I understand, like I said, you brought in political parties, but maybe you can explain who these political parties are, if you're at liberty to do so. And you say it's not political, but yet you invite them. So just explain that part.
Okay, all right. It is, to me, it's very simple. I am a gatvol housewife. Okay, so I'm nobody in the political arena. I'm nobody in the political sphere. Right now, I don't even know where to cast a vote comes 2024. That is exactly where I'm at in my political views. I will tell you that we have got various members of various parties in our group. And let's face it, like you said, there's a political connotation to the reasons why we're marching. And every party has got their following. We want feet at the march. I'm not doing this for X, Y, or Z political party. Heck no. I'm doing this for my brothers and my sisters, for my children and my grandchildren. That's who I am doing this for. If I look into their eyes, I want them to know that this granny did everything that she could to make a better South Africa for them to live in and thrive in. That's who I'm doing it for. So I'm doing it absolutely for the citizens. And I also think that the citizens are sick and tired of political jargon at marches. We're sick and tired of being used for their political agenda and rallies. And so we don't want that. But we are, though, asking them, just like they would be asking us before and on the day of election, to put our trust in them. We're now asking them, listen, if you want to earn our trust, if you want our trust, you've got to have to earn it. So show that you are taking hands with normal citizens, not with a campaign in mind, not with anything else in mind, but show up in your numbers and show that you are just as gatvol as what we are. Show that you are part of this country, not just of the political sphere in this country, but of the citizens, the run-of-the-mill, grassroots, businessmen, citizens who we are trying to give a voice to. And if you can put your voice to our voice and strengthen our voice, then comes election day, you might have more pull at the poll.
I commend you for actually making a politician realize that, hey, this isn't about you. Well, it's about you, but not as a politician, as a civilian.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
As a civilian.
Yeah.
And the reason why you see me saying on the group, listen, guys, this is not political, is because I don't want division within our group.
Yes.
I don't want the conversation to go to this party or that party. I want us to remain focused on why we're here.
Yes.
And that's why I stop any political talk going forward within the group.
Yeah. No, that's a good rule to have, because again, it's about getting people to come as one, regardless of where you're from, regardless of your political affiliation, because load shedding affects all of us and we need to stand together. And I commend that, and I think that's a great attitude to have. Diana, if you think there's anything else you want to mention very quickly, you can. We're running out of time.
I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I can please ask, I'm frustrated, Joe. We are 4 million people in Cape Town. Where are those 4 million people? I want them to rise up and shine. I want them to get out of your freaking houses, guys. Get out from behind your screen. Stand up for your children. Look them in the face and say, Mom and Dad are going here because we're securing a future for you. Where's corporate South Africa? You know that they won't even put posters up in their windows. They won't encourage their staff. Where are you, corporate South Africa? We are fighting for you. We're fighting to keep your doors open. Where are you? Come on, wake up. It's time now to rise and shine. We've got to strike while this iron is hot. Guys, please, I'm begging you. I can only do this much. I've got an absolute amazing team. I'm so thankful for my leadership team. I'm so thankful for every single person on that group. You've been on that group, Joe. You know how amazing those people are. They are, I call them my kick-assers, because that's really what they are. They're spreading the word. Where's the media? Joe, thank you to you, but where's the rest of the media? Why are we not getting the coverage that our citizens deserve to have? Why are you not spreading the word? We're not a political party. That may be why. I'm asking the media to step up for the citizens. You are also part of us. So, yeah, I'm pretty gatvol, and my barometer is just rising. So I really just, please, guys, please, Joe, get the people out there, spread the word. Thank you so much for doing your part in this. We do appreciate you.
Listen, I'm going to put all the links to your WhatsApp group, to your website or your Facebook page or whatever in the description below. So those of you who are interested to find out more information, look at the description below. It's right there. All the links are there to get more information about the march, about this group, about everything that Diana and her team are doing. And I think it's great. I am definitely going to be there.
Hanover Street parking. Leaving from Hanover Street parking, 10 o'clock to Parliament, dispersing from there. We're gathering from 8:30, please.
Thanks once again, Diana, for joining me on the show. It was great meeting you and an awesome conversation. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Will you be attending the march? And please, ladies and gentlemen, share this far, far and wide. We need as many people at this march as possible. Let's show the South African government, namely the ANC, how gatvol we are of load shedding. With that being said, stay safe, be kind to one another, and I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.